anything back from the beach. So all of you seashell collect.
With that, here is my encounter in NUSA, PENIDA. So NUSA PENIDA is an island near Bali. It is famous for the Kanilang beach and a beautiful spot to snorkel. So usually people would go there for day trips, but for me and my friends, we decided to stay there for 3 nights. So keep in mind that my partner and I weren't staying at the same place as the rest because their stay was fully booked. So our journey to the hotel was off-road, and it was a really rocky way down. So on the first day, we went to the black sand beach. That's where the girls and we collected some seashells. And I must say the seashells there were really beautiful, like the most beautiful seashells I have ever seen. And I brought back home some seashells. So after that, we went to have dinner at a really beautiful beachside cafe and went for shisha afterwards. By then it was already dark and there were no lampposts at all, so we had to rely on our bike headlights. My partner and I were guiding the rest back to our stays, so I was the one holding the phone, on Google Maps, telling my partner which direction to go to, when suddenly I kept hearing a woman singing. And it was only on my left ear. And it's the kind of singing where you imagine this Indonesian woman combing her hair slowly and singing that really slow Indonesian song. Yes, it was that kind of singing. So I kept shifting my head, because I thought maybe it was my helmet that's making that sound, with the wind passing through, because it was a bit big on me. But for some reason, the singing just kept going. Turns out at the same time, my partner was also hearing things on his left ear, but what he heard were wailing sounds. I tried not to think too much about it because I just really wanted to go back to our villa. So we had to pass by a place of cremation to go to our stay, and shortly after we passed by the place of cremation, I saw what seems like a black hound, but it was on 2s running across the road. And from my partner's point of view, he saw a black small dog running across at the same time. And then he saw just one bush. It was shaking vigorously, and there was no wind at all. If there was wind, other plants would be shaking too, right? But no, it was only that bush that was shaking. So I knew he pretty much saw what I saw when he told me, "Don't say anything." That's when I really lost it, and I started to close my eyes. I was closing my eyes, and I'm I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to guide anymore. So I asked my partner to ask another couple, Shasha and Iqbal, to take over instead. So we were nearing the area where we would part ways, and deep down in my heart, I really didn't want to go back to our villa. Mainly because it was off-road, and the way down was really rocky. There were no lights at all, and our villa was the only villa there with lots of trees left and right and front. It was only our villa, no other villas at all. So we decided to crash at our friend's villa. So right outside our friend's villa, we noticed that there was only one bush that was shaking vigorously. And like I said, if there was wind, other plants would be shaking too, but no, it was only that one bush. I honestly thought everything was gonna be fine because we're all together, and I didn't think that, whatever that was gonna follow us into our villa. But that was only the beginning of our horror story. Stay tuned for part 2.
Bring anything back from the beach. So all of you seashell collectors.
So here's part 2 of our horror story in NUSA PENIDA. And if you haven't watched the first part, I suggest you watch that first and then come back to this video. So we all went to shower and called it a night. So I went to sleep, my partner was sleeping beside me, and I think maybe a few hours into the night, I realized somebody was pulling my leg. I could hear laughter in the background, and I thought it was some kind of prank where my partner was pulling my leg and my friend Iqbal was laughing. I ignored it at first, and I was I just went back to sleep. but the pulling just kept continuing. So I just woke up really angry and was like, "What's your problem?" Like that's what I said. But I saw Iqbal was watching a soccer match on his phone with like earphones plugged in, and he was facing away from the bed. And I saw Sophie. He was around my leg area, but he was facing away from the bed as well. He was just looking at the door, the glass door area. So I got out of bed and went to my partner and was like, "Why did you pull my leg?" But he just kept staring into space, and he was not answering me at all. And then like Iqbal, he turned around, he was like to me, and then he went back to watch his soccer match. Shortly after, my partner started to grunt. He was like grunting, and I was truly scared. So Iqbal turned around the second time, and that's when I told him, like I kind of whispered to him, like, "I'm scared." So Iqbal stopped watching his soccer match, and he tried to snap my partner out of it. But even Iqbal couldn't snap him out of it, so we decided to wake the rest up. So we started to play some prayers, and then I washed his face with water, and finally he snapped out of it. But he did not remember any of it. So prior to that, he did vomit some red rice looking thing, and the smell was so bad that Iqbal actually thought he had diarrhea. After that night, my partner and I didn't dare stay out after sunset and would head back to our villa early while the rest continued on with the itinerary. So my partner had a fever the next day, and we decided to just stay in. So I was bored and decided to search up to see if there were anyone else with similar encounters to us. That's when I found out that Nusa Penida is also known as the Black Magic Island. Like, just search Nusa Penida Black Magic and you will see many articles about it. So Nusa Penida is a place where the Balinese people go to do their pilgrimage to balance out the good and evil. And if I'm not wrong, usually such ceremonies happens during full moon. And on the first night where we encountered all that shit, it was a full moon. So remember when I said our villa was in the middle of a forested area and it was so difficult to get to? For some reason, at 9 p.m. onwards, you see nobody. Not even the people working there. The reception, the restaurant, everyone's just gone, lights are all off. And there's literally no movements outside at all, including the other guests. Like, you do see them, you do see people during the day, but somehow at night, there's nobody. So we didn't get disturbed by anything while staying in. So by the time it was day 3, my partner has already recovered, and we decided, oh, okay, maybe we can join the rest for the remaining itinerary. So we were gonna catch the sunrise, and we were planning to meet the rest at 4 a.m. It was still dark at 4 a.m., but I thought since we didn't get disturbed last night, I thought maybe, that thing is gone. Everything was peaceful and quiet until we reached the parking lot. And boom, it was literally so noisy, filled with angry animal sounds like monkeys, dogs, cats, birds, and animals that we don't see during the day. So we quickly got on our bike and went to meet our other friends at the main road. As the sun started to rise, everything started to feel better. So Shasha came up to me and said that she had a dream of an old lady telling her this: tell your friend to put back the seashell that she took. That kinda did spook me out a little, and we did return the seashells right before we took the ferry back to Bali. So right before my partner threw the seashells back into the ocean, he actually fell on a flat ground and he had a pretty bad cut on his hand. This encounter pretty much left me with a lot of questions. Like, could it be because I was on my period? Could it be because I took something that didn't belong to me, which were, in this case, the seashells? Or could it be because we were at the wrong place at the wrong time? It was truly a scary encounter that I never wish to go through again, and it's something that I will never forget.
Ayan, so bilang housewife ang galawan natin today. Naglinis ako ng bahay. And ayan, pag-usapan natin yan mga yan. Ay nako, totoo talaga yan. Saan ba ako magsisimula? Kasi sobrang dami talaga ng mga chusera, ng mga frog na nag-wish na masira yung mga buhay-buhay natin dyan. Totoo lang sinasabi ko. I don't lie about these things. I just use real words and real stories. Alam natin yan. Kahit na gano'n tayo kabait, even sometimes our own family members are insecure about our success. And hindi naman natin kasalanan yon. So what we can do about it, I guess, is to protect ourselves and just not tell anyone about ano pinaplano natin sa buhay. Yun nga, ang dami nga mga inggitera at inggitero, pati mga lalaki ha, hindi lang babae na inggitera, pati chismosa and chismoso. And ang malalapan yan, meron pa yan na siniscreenshot yung mga pinopost mo, tapos sinisend sa mga group. Ay, alam na natin yan. So, kaya, ayan, i-post nyo lahat pag talagang tapos na, nangyari na lahat, na-achieve nyo na, doon nyo lang siya i-post habang hindi pa umaabot sa ganon. Huwag nyo muna i-post. Talaga dahil dito mga taong to, wala ibang ginawa kundi mag-wish ng masasama para sa ibang tao. Ewan ko din ba, bakit ang dami nilang oras? Ako kasi wala akong oras eh. Gising ako, coffee ako, linis ako ng bahay ko, napakaliit lang. Ewan ko din, bakit parang buong araw ko naglilinis. Laba ako, sampay ako, linis na naman, mag-gym, magtatrabaho, magti-tea, kukompletuhin ko yung isang litro every 3 hours na tubig para makapag 3 liters ako. Kaya hindi ko talaga alam bakit ang daming oras ng mga ibang tao. Ano kaya ginagawa nila, I wonder. So yun, kaya habang kaya, isikreto nyo muna malupit, tapos bigla nyo pasabugan para mabwisit yung mga buwisit. Yun lang yun. Ganyan na ako ngayon eh. So, ang dami nagtatanong sa akin paano ko umiiwas sa ganyan. Ako ay nakatira na sa Espanya. So, wala nakakilala sa akin dito. Ang alam lang ng mga tao dito, ako ay estranghera, which means isang foreigner. So, wala silang pakialam sa akin. Tsaka di uso dito yung mga chismisan na ganyan. Kaya ako ay namumuhay dito ng mapayapa. O, diba? Shala. Yung evil eye protection ko pala, lumipat ang pabansa. Hala.
Hi guys, this is Pink and welcome to the very first episode of Scary or Not. In this series, I will be sharing with you personal experiences and stories shared by our viewers. And today's stories is contributed by Alvin. You know how they say spirit tends to reside in places that rarely gets any sunlight, and usually these kind of places are underground car parks. And I must say that some old car parks that I've been to, it's pretty creepy and eerie. And this story shared by Alvin may change your perspective on car parks. Okay, so Alvin was out running errands and he went to this relatively new mall. I cannot say where is it, but it's in Punggol area. Okay, so he drove to the entrance of the car park and there's a security guard standing there. The security guard signaled for him to wind down his window and told him to only park at B3. He didn't read too much into it, just okay, and drove away. And as he arrived at B2, he realized that there's actually plenty of parking lots at B2. Why can't he park there? So, couldn't be bothered to drive another level down to B3. He found a preferred lot at B2 and wanted to park there. And as he was reversing into the parking lot, he heard a loud bang. Puzzled, he went down to investigate what happened, and he realized that he actually backed into a pillar. And when he looked further, right, the space that he reversed into is not even a car park lot. It's just a pillar. So he was very frustrated with himself, thinking that he missed a blind spot or anything like that. What can he do? Move on, right? So he wanted to drive off and find another lot. and carry on with his day. And before he moved off, he decided to like just check the blind spots again, like what mistake did he make, just to double confirm like if he made any mistake. And as he was looking into the rear view mirror, he saw an old woman and a little girl staring right back at him. He couldn't believe his eyes. He spat away. He just spat off. He went to the exit of the car park, shaking so hard. The security guard saw him and asked him, "What did you see?" Alvin was so scared, he couldn't say anything. He just stared at the security guard, and immediately the security guard asked, "You went to B2, is it?" Alvin took a deep breath, nodded his head, and told the security guard the old woman and little girl's encounter. Security guard started reprimanding him. "I told you to go B3, right? Who asked you to go B2?" And what he said next feels like he's trying to comfort Alvin. He told Alvin that before him, there were other incidents of people who have their fair share of encounter with this old lady and little girl, and they were met with bad accidents in the car park, and their cars have to be towed away. He looked at Alvin's car and said, "You're very lucky, yours is just a minor collision." And he also told Alvin that due to all these complaints of these incidents, they actually have already planned to hire a 师傅, like a medium, to do a ritual cleansing for basement 2 car park. How? You all think Alvin's story scary or not? If you have any stories to share with us or personal paranormal encounter, you can DM us on TikTok or email us. Good night!
Do you know what's called spiritual blindness?
鬼遮眼
Yes.
Oh,
鬼遮眼
Okay. So I have a few encounters. So let me share with you. There's one encounter I had when I was in Bangkok. You know Bangkok, they always have this tutut. We go around traveling.
I love tutu.
So what happened was for me, right? When I go to any place overseas, right, I'll see the map of where I stay.
Okay.
Okay, and I protect myself by seeing where's the police station, where's the hospital, and the next thing, where is the temple.
Ah, okay.
So my first thing is, once I landed, I put my luggage, I check everything, I go to the temple to pray. Respect. You say that, hey, I'm here, hi, you know, and
Protect me.
No, not say protect lah, pay respects.
Thailand ah.
Yeah, Thailand. Okay, so I just, pay respects. And a lot of people like to go to the Iwaran temple or something at the Simi for, right? But I went to the other one, the outskirts one, to pray. So I purposely make a trip there. So there was this time when I went to this outskirts one to pray. It took about, I think, half an hour via tuk-tuk lah.
Yeah.
Okay, and I reached the temple, I prayed, and everything was good. And I told the tuk-tuk driver, I said, "Can you wait for me?" I said, "No matter how long, okay, I pay you. You just bring me back the hotel. I don't want to find another one. I want you to earn my money." He said, okay, Kongu Kap. I said, okay. So I go around praying because I love to see the temple. It's very majestic. So I prayed. And then after that, I went back. The tuk-tuk, he was there, and drove back. So can you imagine when we go there, it's half an hour.
Yeah.
It's peak hour.
Okay.
Okay, so it's jam.
Yeah.
Understood. So when we went back, it's very funny. It keep on, I don't know why it keep on going the same way. And for me, I'm quite alert and vigilant when I'm overseas. I will know where is the building landmark, so I will know I won't be lost.
Yeah, you have to.
I'm very geographically knowledgeable on that. So I see.
Yeah.
So it's so far, and that one is my hotel, no? But why is it not going there? So I told him I speak broken Thai and then half English. Then he was like, he slowed down. Then he said, "Sabati cup night." Then he said something like, "Give me a break first."
Eh?
I said, "Okay." So he gave me a break. He came out of the tutut. Okay, I see from the side mirror something was up there. So I do not know what is it. So he came down to smoke. So I said, "Okay, I join you." So I came down to smoke. I saw this very huge, very funny looking third dimension stuff on top of the tutut roof. Okay, there's a shelter on the roof, the thing, and then he was using something to cover the what do you call it, the windscreen. Okay, that is why he was blinded. Okay, spiritual blinded. So I don't want to, how to say, in detail explain to you how the thing looks like, but it looks very hideous and something which I don't see that often.
Like, can you see? Like, can you see through the window?
I see through the window. I feel the windscreen keep on like, why is it always the same place we're going? So I got very fed up, and I still carry because I got two sets of Buddhist beads. So one is I put the room, one is I carry on. So I carry on, I start chanting, and then I said, please don't mind, please leave us. I need to go back to the hotel. You want to play, you play other place. I'm not here to play with you. I'm on a holiday. I'm not holiday with you. So get lost. Okay, in my heart. Then after that we smoked, and I didn't tell him anything. But he was perspiring, I could see his hair all standing up. Then after that I tell him, say, okay, now can go back to hotel, no problem. So I tell you what, when we left that place, the spot we smoked, back to the hotel, it's just less than 5 minutes, we reached already.
So he didn't tell you he was feeling uncomfortable?
I don't want to tell him, but he just said something like, he don't know why he keep going the place again and again and again and again. He cannot find a way out. And you know tutut riders, right? Riders, you know Thailand, right? Tutut riders, they don't depend on GPS that much, you know. They really know it in the brain. They know where to go. So, yeah, that's called spiritual blindness. It's 鬼遮眼哦。
我本身是有一个自己的经验。Yeah, so 我们 cabin crew when we fly, right? We always stay at this like 固定的酒店。
Yeah.
Then 日本 like one of the station that we go in Japan, right? Is this hotel that 每一个人都知道是 haunted 的。Okay? But the thing is like again for me, right? 我 just 觉得我没有得罪 anything， 什么我就不会怕啦。But 我不管去到哪一个酒店，我睡觉的时候，我的灯是全部开到完的。我房间的灯我一定全部开到完。
你怎么睡眠？
我可以睡。哇，我 I can sleep with the lights on， 然后我电视机我也会开。对 ，so it will be everything will be on through the night with like noise and lights. I can sleep. Then after that, but 有几次到这个 station， 几个 cabin crew 都会问我，你 OK to 让我跟你 bunk in 吗 ？Like want to stay me? Then I just be like, OK 咯，随便。Then 他们会怕啦。Yeah, usually they will only ask like like 我们穿蓝色 uniform, right? They will only ask us lah. They will not go and ask like the seniors. Yeah, so 就会问。
他们的房间就浪费掉啊？
对 ，just 放空哦，然后就跟我一起睡这样子。然后我们到这边，我们去吃晚餐。我们吃完晚餐回来过后，我的房间在 the end of the corridor. Yeah, the only dreadful part is like 我要走很远。Yeah, that's all. But 我没有感觉到什么东西。可是我是有听过这些 story， 就是不要住在最后一间房。对，然后他跟我一起住，对吗？我们走回房间的时候，我没有感觉到有什么异样。我们进房间过后，他就跟我讲，刚才 while we are walking back to our room, right? Do you see like a shadow outside your room? Yeah. Then 他这样子跟我讲，我就有点很生气，你懂吗？不要跟我讲这种东西。对，在我们房门外，我就 just no, and I never see anything. Then another thing is like 我也会在想，因为我们头发每个都很长的嘛，那种，我就想可能是你懂，有时候你就这样子扫一下，连你的头发自己弄到，连看到一点影子。其实是你的头发挡几根头发那种 shadow。我就跟他讲没有东西啦，不要想这样多。Then after that。他就去冲凉先，对吗？我就自己躺在床上用电话 and everything。Then 我也没有感觉到有什么异样啦。Then 晚上我们2张床啊，我们分开睡，对吗？然后过后突然间 ，I just felt like 我整个身体这样被整很大力like really 来这样子。
Oh my god！
呀，很大力的这样摇，我被吓醒，我以为是地震。
吓死我了。
Yeah, I thought it was earthquake. I thought it was earthquake because we are in Japan. Anyway, right? Very prone to earthquake. Then after that 我就来叫他起来，他就来看住我，就来讲没有东西啊。Then again like it was so hard, right? I would have imagined that like 桌子上的这些 lamp or anything would have like topple and you hear any sound. But 什么 actually everything looks normal. Then I was like, okay, maybe 是很像，我就在想，可能我做噩梦。
Okay.
You know sometimes that
Yeah,
kind of
sometimes
dream
you
that you
feel
will
like
just that kind.
Okay,
But then
yeah.
我真的 but you would have known if you woke up right with that kind of dream.
对
Yeah, but 也没有吧，我就 okay never mind，我就回去睡，不要想这样多。The next morning when we are preparing for work right， 很早的 call time， 我们要他在厕所冲凉，然后 same thing 我就在来换 uniform 弄我头发 and everything。Then after that like I think 我感觉到很累 and everything。Then 我在等他的时候，我就在赖床again。So I go back to the bed right， 我就在那边躺一下子。突然间 ，the hair dryer turn on。The hair dryer is on the 梳妆台。Yeah, it turn on。
厕所外面。
对，在厕所外面，他在厕所冲凉，我在床上。
哦。
Yeah， 吹风筒在梳妆台。It turn on， then 我就吓到And after that, like 我不知道为什么我 just like don't dare to move and don't dare to do anything. I don't even dare to go near it. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But 我 just
那你直接用你电话讲？
没有，我 just 在那边，我很紧张，我真的很紧张。我 just 喊我的同事，我一直喊他，我一直喊他，然后他包毛巾出来，然后我跟他讲，我 just 讲不出话，我就指着那个吹风筒，我跟他讲，然后他就来过去，然后 she switch it off。然后他就问我什么事情，我就跟他讲 the hair dryer turn on by itself. Yes, and the thing about this is like you know hair dryer there's many type of switches.
Yeah.
So 有那种是很像 you must press and hold while you use. And then
yes.
Yeah, and then there's those that's like
Just push
the
up
snap kind, the ta that kind.
Yeah.
And there's another kind that you push up, you slide up. 这个是那个 slide up 的 and usually slide up 的是最紧最难推的。It went maximum, all the way to the maximum. Yeah.
然后之后就 OK 啦。
我真的是 just 这样子看住他对吗 I think 我的眼睛是有点要流泪了。Yeah, but 我因为我东西 pack 好了，我头发也弄好了，我躺在床上赖床等他嘛。然后我跟他讲 like can you please hurry up? I want to like get out of this room. 我又不敢自己离开。Because 这个酒店that 我们 stay at right, the corridor is actually quite old school. It's not so it's like very woody, very wooden and like white wall 这样子，所以我又不敢自己走出去，我就跟他讲 please 你快点。I want to get out already.